What makes a dad? God took the strength of a mountain, the mystery of a tree, the warmth of the summer sun, the calm of the quiet sea, the generous soul of nature, the comforting arm of night, the wisdom of the ages, the power of the eagle's flight, the joy of the morning and spring, the faith of a mustard seed, the patience of eternity, the depth of family need. Then God combined these qualities. When there was nothing more to add, he knew his masterpiece was complete, and so he called it Dad.
This is George McCaslin, National Moderator of the Dad's House Educational Center and Groups. I'm coming to you from my home at the Indian Meadows Nursing Center in Overland Park, Kansas. Today I would like to address a common problem of children on what to give Dad for Father's Day, his birthday, or Christmas. In the current economy, with so many out of work or not working full-time, children, even adult children, are left wondering what to do. Of course, this also applies to a stepfather or grandfather. Do you buy him a tie, get him a nice card, take him out to or fix him a nice dinner, etc.? Mothers are so much easier to get a gift for: flowers, perfume, a new dress, etc. However, fathers are a more complicated species, which is not often understood. So deciding on a gift can get complicated. As a species, fathers do not fit into the same category as mothers. Their methods of parenting are very different. While a mother will most frequently help a child with repeated tasks like brushing teeth, bathing, and grooming, a father will teach the child the way to do it, then step back and expect the child to continue in that manner. A mother teaches the child more how to be dependent on others, while the father teaches independence. The relationship a father has with his children does not range in the same manner as mothers. They tend to be less concerned with the task of physical contact and lean more toward the passing on of wisdom. What fathers give to their children cannot be found in a hug, a kiss, or the reading of a bedtime story. It is found in the hands-on work of the everyday task, whether it is mowing the lawn, working on the family car, or sitting by a creek with a fishing pole. Fathers use these opportunities to talk to their children, asking them about their day and instructing them in life's lessons. Essentially, moms listen while fathers talk. So what to give? Getting a gift for Dad also comes under a different category than with mothers. Mothers want to see something that shows your love for her, but fathers think in a completely different manner. Fathers view love as something that is achieved by works rather than by expression, and recognition of these works is how they see someone loves them. However, recognition does not need to come in the form of a new tie, a wristwatch, or even a home-cooked meal. Recognition can come in a much simpler form, requiring very basic tools found in any home: a pencil and a piece of paper. In showing love for one's father, all that is needed is to recognize his words and express that you appreciate them. So make a list. It need not be a very large list, and in actuality it should not be, as it will likely end up folded and placed in a wallet, where it may remain for years and even decades. Express yourself on why you appreciate him as your father and as a man. Recognize that he works hard and often very dangerous jobs. Fathers work an average of 44 hours a week, driving long distances to reach those jobs, rather than displace the family by moving closer. They are also very stressed in this recession, where they do not know if they will have their jobs next month or even next week. In writing, tell them this is why you appreciate him. If you want to do something fancier, have your words inscribed into a plaque that he can display at work, but still include that piece of paper with your words in your own handwriting. Many of you may have lost your father, so what do? Losing a parent is always devastating, made more so when a special event comes around, such as Father's Day or a birthday. A child knows the parent is gone, but they still want to remember his special day. In this, a similar method can be used. In many cultures, it is believed that a means to communicate with someone who has passed away is to write down one's thoughts, then burning it at the burial site, allowing the smoke to carry the message skyward. This can also be done with a list of why you appreciate your father. You take a list, or all the siblings can create their own list, meeting at the burial site, to place them into a small metal urn where they can be burned. In this manner, you can come together to remember him. So how did Father's Day come about? Not surprisingly, Father's Day's origins are in Mother's Day. The idea came to a young woman when listening to a sermon on Mother's Day in 1910 in her Spokane, Washington church. She realized that in her family, it was her father, a widower who had made great sacrifices to raise his children by himself. Sonora Smart Dodd proposed the idea of creating a day for fathers to her local town council on her father's birthday of June 5th. The date was too soon for the council to get organized, so they moved it to June 19th. Word spread around the nation about this new holiday. By 1916, President Woodrow Wilson celebrated the day with his own family and proclaimed that the states could celebrate the day as they wished. He wrote to the nation's governors that the widespread observance of this occasion is calculated to establish more intimate relationships between fathers and their children, and also to impress upon fathers the full measure of their obligations. Finally, in 1972, 62 years after it was first proposed, Father's Day was permanently established by then-President Richard M. Nixon. Of note on this, according to the World Book of Records, prior to the advent of free long-distance calls through cell phones, the highest number of long-distance calls made in one day took place on Mother's Day. However, the highest number of collect calls took place on Father's Day. On a personal note, today's media tends to make the perception of fathers as a person who does not know what he is doing, or worse, is a bumbling idiot. Even many of the Father's Day cards that are supposedly humor cards just make fun of the role of the father in the family. Further, 40% of divorced and single fathers are told they are not needed in their children's lives, and thus are denied access to their children on a regular basis, including on Father's Day. We must persist in rejecting this view of our fathers, and remember they not only provide half our genetic makeup, but also is the prime contributor toward whether we are male or female. Something else you can do, especially you sons out there, but daughters can do it too, is to make sure Dad has been to the doctor for a checkup, including depression screening. This can go a long way toward making sure he's here on Father's Day next year. I wasn't raised by my father, but by a stepfather. Although we did not see eye to eye on many things, I would not be the person I am today if it were not for him. My mother met him on February 24th, 1960. They were married a few days later. This man who spent years climbing on top of heavy construction equipment to prepare the ground for many of the homes, businesses, roads, and highways of Southern California now finds it difficult to get into a car. Although none of the housing tracts or roads has his name on them, they are all testaments to his life and to the lives of men like him. Finally, if you know a father who is being denied access to his children, send this link for Dad's house to him. Also, tell us about your father in the comments below and or at this link. Click below for some songs about Dad, or if they are not showing, go to this link. Thank you for your time in watching this video, and remember, showing appreciation for that father figure in your life need not cost nothing more than your time and a piece of paper.